What region's country are you most bullish on in terms of personal economic freedom going forward? Well, if you look at how certain countries are handling the cerveza sickness, that's kind of an indication potentially as to how much personal liberty you may or may not enjoy in the future. And right now, the two countries I'm looking at, Tanzania and Belarus, because they, according to what I've seen, they don't have any restrictions whatsoever, none. Moving forward, especially if we have more rounds of whether it's a cerveza sickness 2.0, like the World Health Organization is talking about, or if it's the next swine flu, if it's the next bird flu, if it's the next H1N1, the next Ebola, the next fill in the blank. I think a lot of governments are going to just instantly lock down, even if it's not as bad, just because they are afraid it may be and they want to pander to their constituents. And maybe they've got a bunch of constituents that maybe value safety quite a bit more than they value their future personal liberty. And so I just kind of would like to be around countries in the future that I was pretty confident aren't going to hit the replay button on 2020 or what we're seeing here in 2021. I could get there and not like them at all. I could feel as though there's not that much personal liberty. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to traveling there and checking it out. Usually what you'll find are countries that are a little less developed. You've got more personal freedom, because even if there's laws in the books, they like they don't enforce them. Let me give you a quick story. I don't know if you guys have watched any of those kind of little vlogs we did, the real estate vlogs, when we first started the channel, but it was kind of an extension of what we were doing with the TV show that I had in Medellin. And there's one road there where I buy properties. It's called Poblado Avenue, and it is the main drag. I mean, it's probably 3 or 4 lanes on each side. You got a median. I mean, it would be like Scottsdale Boulevard in Phoenix. It's like the main road. I mean, it's massive amounts of traffic. You've got semi trucks going down there, 55 miles per hour. So I was late for this appointment with Alianza to pick up a cashier's check to go buy a property. I was supposed to meet them at the notary, which is basically like the title company. And there you just got to give them a cashier's check for the 100,000 or 200,000 or whatever. So running late, and I knew there was a lot of traffic. So I just hopped on one of those little electric scooters that you can rent on the side. They've got those everywhere in Medellin. And so I hopped on one of those things, wearing a sport jacket, no helmet, no glove, just my sunglasses, my jeans. And I was going right down Poblado Avenue, right through the middle of traffic, as fast as that little electric scooter could go, probably whatever, 40 miles per hour. And I was right alongside semi trucks, motorcycles, scooters, cars. I mean, you name it. It would basically be like riding a scooter on something close that would resemble almost a highway in the United States. No helmet, zero, nothing. No driver's license, no motorcycle license. And just think about doing that in the United States. How fast would you get pulled over by the cops and probably thrown in jail or tased or something like that? Where in Medellin, I'm sure that was illegal, but I drove by probably 2 or 3 cops on the way down to the bank, Alianza, to pick up my cashier's checks. And they just kind of look up you, don't even pay any attention to you. That's my point, is I'm sure that was illegal, but in these developing countries, most often the police they just don't even pay any attention to it. So that's where you really have to start when you're trying to answer the question, where are you going to have the most personal freedom? And the third thing is, which countries are most likely going to give Klaus and the World Economic Forum the middle finger. Maybe countries like Brazil. These are countries that have no incentive to go along with the Great Reset agenda because, let's say, they make the majority of their revenue with oil. So they don't really want to get on board with what Klaus has to offer. And so Brazil, Russia, Middle East. So if you can find a country that kind of checks all those boxes, then that's something that I would look at. And I don't know any right off the top of my head. I'd have to go through and just try to figure it out. But that's definitely what I'll be doing in the future. And I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know what I find.